anyways, what we've got right now is all four of the shots that are approved, all four of them. You know, J&J and AstraZeneca introduced DNA. They are developed by cells of aborted fetal tissue. Those are the J&J shot and the AstraZeneca shot. The Pfizer shot and the Moderna shot, that's the messenger RNA. The end result of all four of them is to create a spike protein and the antibody against the spike protein. Now, this is what I want people to listen to really carefully. That spike protein, we already talked about 4 different ways that it can really harm you. One of the things it can do is it can cause a disruption in your blood-brain barrier, and it can go into your brain, and it can disrupt either the FUS gene, or it can cause a mutation in a protein that's called TDP43, which the name of those things aren't that important. Just know that it can cause a disruption in one gene called the FUS gene, and if that gene is disrupted, it can lead to amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or ALS. If you disrupt FUS gene, it can lead to ALS, or it can cause cancer. If it disrupts that protein, that funny name protein, the FTD43 protein, if it disrupts or mutates that protein, it leads to a cluster of degenerative neurological problems called frontal temporal lobe degeneration. Your frontal lobe is the one that lives behind your forehead. Your temporal lobe is where your ears live. And it causes a degeneration of the tissue, brain tissue, that leads to early Alzheimer's and dementia, and 5 different forms of degenerative neurological disease can result. All 5 of them cause you to lose speech, the ability to form words, and one of those forms, you lose facial recognition. They call it early and rapid degeneration. They call it from frontal temporal lobe degeneration. And they see it in people 45 to 50 years old where they have early onset dementia. We are going to be causing this, Steve and Doug. We're going to be causing this with these shots, that these spike proteins can cross the blood-brain barrier, mutate that gene leading to ALS, mutate that gene leading to cancer, or disrupting the protein that's causing early degenerative changes and degeneration of brain tissue. And all the physicians out there who are listening now or in the future, if you don't know this material, you're going to be held accountable for it. Now, whether or not you can't be sued, because the 2005 PREP Act keeps you from being sued, and you probably won't get fired from your job. But if you're listening to this, and ignorance is no defense in law, ignorance is no defense when you stand before God either. And you're encouraging your people, your patients, to get this shot, saying it's completely safe, it won't harm you. You're going to be held accountable for your lack of knowledge and your laziness for not doing some investigation and reading this material to try to get somebody to get a shot to protect them from a 1% death rate. Will the Lord be saying to you, well done, good and faithful servant? Or will the Lord be saying to you, get away from me, I know you not? Because you're leading your patients to destruction by encouraging them to get these shots that you know nothing about.